Okay, we should be live now with building on the internet computer with ICME. Let's see, waiting for Human Shadab, it says. Okay. I may need to go correct a setting inside my. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're coming. There's like a 20-second delay,
Okay, we should be live now with
turn the sound off.
the internet computer with ICME.
Okay. All right, great. So, yeah, I've made a few things with ICME. I've made basically a multi-page website. How about yourself? Maybe if you want to let me know your experience with it and you're interested in it, that'd be great as well.
I'm afraid I haven't made anything yet. I just
Great. Perfect then.
fresh to it.
Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. It's definitely, I think it almost doesn't even need any tutorials, quite frankly, because I think it's pretty straightforward. But if you have this, if you've converted the cycles and everything, I think you should be pretty good to go in terms of going to going to just the pages part and editing it and making your own page. Have you gotten to that page yet? The page part, the pages or the editor essentially.
To the
So I'm
adding a
looking at
page part.
mine. Going to the page. It's basically the second thing under the home button. Add a page. And what I'm thinking of doing, I would like to add a bit more to my about page. Maybe update some of the text. Add some more underneath it, perhaps, in terms of my affiliations. Put some here. And it's basically WYSIWYG building sites on the internet computer. Do you see that? Do you see that page?
I believe I do.
Yeah, great. And I was just adding to mine. And I'm going to go ahead and just put out this link. And do you have traditional coding developer skills?
Everything I've got is self-taught. Like I knew how to do HTML and Java and that stuff in the 8th grade
Yeah,
for basic
yeah,
stuff. But
yeah. That's great. Yeah, that can definitely help in terms of tweaking this somewhat. But there's if you click on the HTML tab, you can see what HTML is underneath.
you can just code directly into the HTML part if you need to.
Yeah, if you need to, but the editor is fairly powerful now, where you can click on an image and change it without any HTML, where you can go ahead and click on text and link it and that type of thing as well. So that's very helpful, I think, and I think that removes some pain points. And certainly over time, ICME will be building out and adding a ton of functionality from just the straightforward UI building perspective, of course, to things that are much more taking advantage of the internet computer and Web3's unique capabilities in terms of decentralization and dApps and automation and tokenization as well. And certainly, if there's something you're interested in using ICME for, that'd be helpful to know. Is it something that you'd like to use for us in terms of like bringing over your websites?
Well, it's a little bit. I'm going to develop a website. I'm going to have to build one. What I want to do is to I want to use the canister system to deploy an MMORPG on the ICP. A
Okay.
game, just straight up video game, old school, classic
Nice.
style, and I want to use the NFT system to help. I want to try to find a way to wrap the in-game components as NFTs. There was a project called Wax years
Mm-hmm.
back. It was about helping make digital assets transferable, mostly targeted at World of Warcraft, of course, because WoW has one of those
Yeah.
economies. It's very vibrant. I don't see any reason why you would need a stopgap like Wax when you can have a direct system to allow for games to develop assets that are transferable as a real economy would be. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'm going to attempt to add a link, an href here to the text, which is really easy. And you can click on text as well, and now add some kind of login action as well, which I think is exciting. So I'm going to go ahead now that I've updated this page, save it, and deploy it to the internet computer. Yeah, you can go ahead and obviously, I think it's pretty self-explanatory in terms of just playing around with those elements. They're basically prefabricated components, right? They can drop into the pages and maybe use something a bit more prefabricated within those, or customize it yourself, again, without even HTML, in terms of the text elements and the images and those other types of UI components.
I gotta say, you're right.
Yeah.
Could you drop a link to your page so I can see how it looks when it's deployed?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good idea. Let's see here. Let me just deploy the new one. Just takes a second here. Converted my ICPs to cycles already day. Balance for 30 days.
It's pulling a little
And
bit
then
on
where
your
should I see it? I
bandwidth.
think I can bring.
I can
Okay.
see it doing some work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice. That's as it should. That way you know it's real.
Exactly. It's allocating resources.
Okay. Almost there. This Wi-Fi connection is probably not built for um, deploying to blockchain, but here we are. 2021 with ICME. Let's get that. Here we go. Let's see that URL. Let me know what you think of this creation here. I use those components to interlink the pages from the header. You can do that from the footer as well. But let me give you a link to what I'm building and see within. I'm doing this within. Can you see that private chat?
On the side. Oh, yes. Let's take a look.
Yeah. Yeah, take a look at that. I mean, it's something simple. There's been some other pages that have been built using ICME to be sure as well. But I put some time into this and just made it somewhat like a homepage for myself personally, as well as just to kind of metaphysically talk about itself, building on the internet computer without code as well.
Well, it definitely works.
Yeah, cool, good. Yeah, so that's where you get, and we're going to be bringing out things fairly soon that'll make it even more exciting. But I think one thing, I think it's a very good thing for people to bring their static sites that they may not update too often, that's sitting on a WordPress website or something else, over to the internet computer, and over time they'll be able to really connect it much more to the functionality of the IC, whether it's dApps or tokens or whatever it is.
Wow.
I certainly think there's a fairly strong case to be made for even bringing your fairly static portfolios or home pages, contact pages to the internet computer for full ownership and not having to deal with or be subject to the terms and limitations of traditional cloud-hosted websites as well.
Yeah, I will admit I am concerned about censorship. That's one of my big concerns. I'm a
Okay.
First Amendment maximalist. Like
Okay.
Justice
Yeah, that's
Black.
good. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's good. Within the bounds of the law, it's all good.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So I'm going to end the stream now to jump off to another meeting per the schedule. But I will be back at 5 p.m. Eastern for more live building if you're around. Otherwise, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please stay posted and stay in touch if I don't see you later today or anytime.
I'll keep in touch. Thank you, Professor. It's
Yeah,
Shadab.
sure. Yeah, you call me Humando, of course.
All right. Well, thanks.